Oh, what is the FTs, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 177 on my wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all of the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the recap, give you the review, let you know what's going on storyline-wise, and at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, awarding my 3 favorite matches that I witnessed with my eyeballs. And when there's a pay-per-view, such as World's End in AEW, I will be doing a pay-per-view review, which you can go listen to right now. So go over there and check it out. Yeah, but we're not doing that right now. We're doing the weekly recap, y'all. And we always started off with Monday Night Raw. And they are in Boston, Massachusetts. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I just don't like the Bruins, but that's okay. We got Drew McIntyre. Good Lord. Kicking off this new season in fashion here. Let's get her going. All right, Drew McIntyre cuts a promo, talks about taking time away to go home for the passing of a family member. Very, very not good, but happy that Drew got some time away to reflect. Anyway, Drew is still angry with the false camaraderie that is in the locker room. McIntyre warns he's hunting anyone who's wronged him. Out comes Sami Zayn. Puts Drew in his place by saying everyone in the locker room has made sacrifices. Sami says the Usos got nothing to do with Drew McIntyre. Zayn willing to fight Drew to defend the Usos. Drew, knowing Zayn is injured, suggests Sami leave with his family while he still can. Sami smacks Drew instead. The Usos arrive to back up their fellow Uso. And yeah, an emotional way to start the show. Sami, excellent on the microphone in this promo right here. Very emotional, very passionate. So thumbs up for Sami. And Drew, Drew's the man. I love Drew. Now we move on to the Women's Intercontinental Tournament Triple Threat matchup. It's Io Sky versus Alba Fire versus Natalya. Natty locks in the double sharpshooter. Very impressive. Natty with the avalanche German suplex sends Alba across the ring. Io follows Natty with a moonsault. Io pins and wins, advancing in the tournament. Really solid matchup. Io, really good performance. She was shining in this one. Natty, cool sharpshooter spot. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more time for Alba Fire to shine. I think she's rather underrated, but maybe next time. We got Finn Balor. He's whining about being a loser with no championships. Dom says he's got a plan. Finn disrespected, but lets Dom go to talk to Adam Pearce. So again, Finn Balor just a mess right now, this guy. Really fun, entertaining stuff. We got Chad Gable with American Made going up against Tozawa with Alpha Academy. Is that what they called them? Alpha? Yeah. Chad, cheap shot, slaps Otis in the face. Not a good idea. Chad blocks Tozawa's senton, locks in the ankle lock, and Tozawa is forced to tap out. Chad wins. A fine, quick match, not a lot to say. Gable won't release the ankle lock. Otis, to the rescue, manages to scare off all of American Made with just a stare. Yeah, pretty impressive. It looks like they're trying to do a serious Otis again. They're going to try that one out and see what happens. It's just very tough because Otis is a very, very funny, entertaining man. And we'll see if they're able to pull off a serious role with him. We'll see where it goes. But now we got Dom Mysterio going up against Damian Priest. JD McDonough caught in the crowd dressed like Santa Claus by Damian Priest. That was funny. Priest finds Carlito hiding underneath the rings. Just ridiculous. Balor jumps Damian and the match is over. It's disqualified. Judgment Day continues the attack on Priest. Out comes the War Raiders in aid of Damian. I'm smelling a 6-man tag coming up at some point here, but kind of meh overall. We get Seth Rollins. He is interviewed about the upcoming match with CM Punk. Seth says the fight will be raw, and we will see a different side of Seth Rollins. All right. We get The Miz straight up against Dexter Lumis. AOP arrive on scene. Lumis with a big dive takes them out. Karrion attacks Lumis, and the match is disqualified. Lumis calls for the Wyatts. The lights go out. Wyatts appear in the ring. Brawl breaks out with the Final Testament. Rowan hurls Nikki out of the ring, taking out Final Testament. That was awesome. Thumbs up for that. And yeah, Final Testament and the Wyatt Six, they continue on with their rivalry. Pretty good. We get War Raiders and Damian Priest. They have they let it be known that they have respect for each other. So that just Makes me think that 6-man tag is coming, baby. It's coming. But first, it's the New Day. They appear trash-talking Joe and Wade Barrett on commentary. Crowd booing the New Day very, very loudly. Kofi announces his mama flew 23 hours to see Kofi in his hometown, Boston. Kofi's mom in the front row looking rather unimpressed. I don't want to be here, all that stuff. Kofi asking his mom for a hug, but Kofi's mom can't even hug her own son. She is so disgusted. Kofi, stunned, screaming for his mama. She's walking away. He's like, Mama, please. Entertaining heel New Day segment right here. We're not done. Backstage, Rey Mysterio apologizes to the New Day for kicking them out of the locker room last week. Rey simply wants New Day to apologize for their treatment towards Big E. New Day refused to apologize. Rey says, get used to the New Day sucks then. So yeah, okay. So I'm really enjoying this New Day thing right now. It's very entertaining, and yeah, I'm all in. Let's do it. We got Drew McIntyre up against Sami Zayn in the main event. Drew, gnarly backbreaker to Sami on the apron. Sami, nice counter out of the reverse Bama Slamma. Drew hits the Claymore, pins Zayn for another W. Drew McIntyre is now 10-0 against Sami Zayn, so he lives in Sami's walls right now. I got you, boy. But a good main event match. Drew having the advantage, Sami coming in not 100%, but still an enjoyable match. 7 out of 10. Drew continues attacking Sami. Out comes Jey Uso. McIntyre leaves in peace, sort of. Bloodline show up. They beat down Jey and Sami viciously. And again, Solo and his Bloodline standing tall to end the show. A solid Raw overall with, I would say, better segments and storyline building than wrestling this week. Lots of shenanigans in the wrestling. Like 2 DQs, maybe 3, so that sucks. Great opening with Sami and Drew on the microphone. That was a great segment. New Day, very entertaining heel work. I'm loving it. Main event match was pretty good. Solo still terrorizing the roster. All I can say is, like, when the heck is Roman Reigns coming back to do something about this? Because it hasn't stopped. Solo just continues to do what he's been doing, and someone's got to stop him. 6 out of 10 for the Monday Night Raw. Let's go now to NXT. They're on the road. They're in Lowell, Massachusetts. And we're kicking off the show with Stephanie Vacour versus Cora Jade. Steph hits Eat Defeat, running knee combo, locks in a cool standing submission. Vacour, nasty underhook backbreaker, defeats Cora Jade. A solid matchup. Vacour, I would say, looking a level above Cora. She was kind of dominated. Kalani Jordan arrives, attacking Cora, with a kendo stick. Vacour has to restrain Kalani Jordan. We're like, yo, back off, girl. Like, you gotta kill a bitch. Ridiculous. We move on now to the Heritage Cup Championship match. It is Charlie Dempsey defending with no quarter catch crew versus Lexis King with William Regal. Round 1, just impressive chain wrestling and counters, kind of a feeling out process. King won't stop at the bell. Little scuffle goes on, but no big deal. William Regal using brass knuckles on Lexis King. What the fuck? Referee sees Charlie with the knuckles in his hands, disqualifies Dempsey, which means new Heritage Cup champion, it's Lexis King. Oh, ja. William Regal accidentally screwed over his own son. Oh my goodness. So it looks like William was playing, what do you call it? He was undercover, I guess, for his son. That's pretty cool, but it backfired. So King wins his first championship, fairly well earned. He has been working hard. He's been pretty good. Solid technical matchup here. A fun twist ending, that's for sure. And yeah, we'll see what Lexis King got as the Heritage Cup champion. We'll see what's going on with William Regal and where that ends up. Now we got Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Jasmine Nix and JC Jane with Henley. We got Paxley, Shotzi, and Gigi arrive on scene, making Fatal Influence uncomfortable. Nix hits a nice running sidekick. Chance and Carter also arrive on scene now. Distractions on the outside allow Dawn and Fire to nail the awesome Gory Bomb complete shot combo thingy for the big win. Pretty solid match. I would say easily too many bodies on the outside. Definitely took away from the match going on in the ring, but We got Shawn Spears creeping on Izzy Dame, Sol Ruca, and Zarya. Spears is told to leave, and he does. We get Dion Lennox versus Ashante the Adonis. Lennox hot start. Nikita Lyons appears in support of Ashante. Lexus, big spine buster and a running power slam, pins, but Nikita puts Ashante's foot on the rope. Ashante counters a roll-up into one of his own, pins Lennox for a cheeky win. A pretty alright match. Lennox, really impressive athletic talent and some nice selling on display. It's just really refreshing to see these two in an actual match instead of having a very awkward love triangle thing going on with Petrovic. It was refreshing. We get Hank and Tank, quick, entertaining, fired up promo, talking about milk and cookies and stuff. And then Paxley and friends, Chance, Carter, Lash, and Jakara all arguing over who's the best tag team in NXT. Okay. And then we get a really good video promo for Roxanne Perez talking about living up to the Prodigy potential, which she absolutely has. She has been crushing it this year. Good shit. And now we got a Christmas Chaos Fatal 4-Way Tag Team #1 Contenders match. That is a mouthful. It is Stax and Crucifino versus Hank and Tank versus Born in Heights versus ODM, Nima, and Price. So we got Hank and Tank, Stax and Luca appear to be throwing snowballs. I don't know where they got them, but that's funny. Hank and Tank using a Christmas tree as a weapon. Santa Claus is loving it. Luca crushes Hank's jingle balls with a bowling ball. Come on, nah. Stax is slammed through a table of milk and cookies. What a mess. Bourne wicked counter into a cutter. Almost gets the win. The family using candy cane crowbars to choke some bitches out. Tyson and Tyreek attack Hank and Tank, taking them out of the match. Santa Claus attacks Tony D, distracting the family. ODM nail a sweet combo Bama Slamma for a huge victory right there. And it turns out Santa Claus is Ridge Howland. Oh, no. Overall, though, a awesome Christmas-themed brawl. Lots of wild spot. I love the creativity of the weapons and the Christmas themes. I love it. Snow was falling at one point even. Wow. Weapons hidden in presents, the candy cane crowbars. Come on now. That was a lot of fun. And a banger with all the teams involved in the festivities. 8 out of 10. We get NXT champion Trick Williams, Obafemi, and Eddie Thorpe are all in the ring. Thorpe feels cheated. His foot was under the ropes the last week, so he feels like he should be champion. Trick decides to make it a triple threat match at New Year's Evil. Oh, ja. Oba calls out Trick for being scared of fighting Oba one-on-one. Ava Rain arrives, makes the match official. Eddie throws the first punch. It misses Trick and hits Oba instead. Oba loses it. He starts slamming everything in sight. Somehow Eddie escapes. Oba holds up the gold as the show ends. A pretty decent NXT highlighted by that Christmas-themed Fatal 4-Way. That was a ton of fun. Without that, it would have been a pretty shitty show. Kind of disappointed that Eddie Thorpe is getting tossed into the NXT title match. I really just want it to be Obafemi versus Trick Williams. That's what I want. And, Eddie already had his chance. He didn't win, but winds his way into another opportunity. So I guess good for you. New Heritage Cup champion. That was a pretty fun, surprising moment. But overall, it was a fine NXT. 6 out of 10. And we'll go now to the SmackDown. Where is my SmackDown notes? They were in Tampa, Florida this week. Very nice. And a sad announcement for myself. SmackDown is going to 3 hours in the new year. So this is giving me a dilemma a little bit here. So with Raw and SmackDown moving back to 3 hours, that's 6 hours right there. NXT, that's 8. Dynamite, that's 10. Collision, that's 12. With any pay-per-views, you're pushing it to 15 hours a week. I don't think I can keep that up without it being a chore anymore. So with that being said, it sounds like I might be giving up on my weekly AEW reviews because with SmackDown, and that's too much. It's already become a bit of a chore for me to watch some of AEW's programming on a weekly basis. So what I'm thinking in the future, once they go to the 3 hours, I will more than likely stop reviewing AEW on a weekly basis. I will still review their pay-per-views. I will still watch as much as I can. We'll see. Maybe I'll go a couple weeks and we'll see how the 3 hours is. I can already tell that it's going to be a lot. It's probably going to be too much, but I'll give it a try and see what I can do. But I was very disappointed with that announcement. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. But just kind of letting you know, good chance I'll be dropping off AEW this year, which sucks, but it is what it is. So we got a 6-women tag team match. It's Bianca, Naomi, and Bayley versus Tiffy, Candice, and Nia Jax. Nia calls out Bianca for being the one who attacked Jade because Bianca is jealous. All right. Naomi smooth springboard bulldog hits Nia with a split-legged moonsault. Tiffy makes the save. Tiffy grabs her contract. Crowd is going banana, but Candice prevents anything from happening. Candice gets rolled up and the good ladies win. A good enough opening match right there. Naomi and Nia, very good performances. Tiffy and Candice bickering with each other throughout, fairly entertaining. 7 out of 10. We get Sami Zayn's conversation with Nick Aldis is cut off by Carmelo handing out Christmas cards. Aw, that's nice. But Sami is offended, challenges Melo to a match. Not a very festive attitude from Sami right here, but yeah, we'll move on. We got Braun Strowman versus Austin Theory with Waller. Waller's shenanigans backfires multiple times. Strowman running power slam grabs the win. An entertaining match, goofball heels getting beat up by a giant man. Entertaining. We get Kevin Owens still holding the Winged Eagle Championship hostage. Will not talk with Nick Aldis unless he is all alone with him in the ring. Okie dokie. We get the Women's United States Champion, Chelsea Green, celebrates the big victory. Chelsea, great Lady Liberty outfit, and she delivers a very funny speech. Green trash-talking Michin, who lost to her in the finals. Michin arrives, she attacks Chelsea and Piper with a kendo stick, ending the celebration. Really good start, though, for Chelsea. I'm liking, some of her things that she was saying, the greenhouse, red, white, and green. Those are going to go over very well. So she's already got a plan. She got what do you call those things? She got catchphrases. Hell yeah. Chelsea is going to crush this. Thumbs up for Chelsea. Backstage, we got Pretty Deadly throwing Garza under the bus to the Street Profits. Street Profits go find Garza and Berto, and they start a brawl. Aldis is all stressed out, tells them to go to the ring and fight about it, which they do. It is Garza and Berto with Lopez versus Profits, Dawkins, and Fords with BFAB. Berto and Garza wicked double avalanche slam and dives, almost gets the win. BFAB drops Lopez on the outside. Profits blockbuster combo, pins, and wins. A pretty solid match right there. Berto and Garza, some nice double teaming right there. I like their teamwork. Profits' usual strong performances. We move on. Backstage, we got Pretty Deadly trying to get into a working relationship with the Street Profits. The Profits thank Pretty Deadly for having their back. Pretty Deadly take the praise even though they didn't actually help with anything. And then Apollo Crews shows up. He decides now is the time to tell the Profits that Pretty Deadly are lying. So, there you go. We got Sami Zayn versus Carmelo Hayes up next. Sami rocks Melo with a anti-air lariat. Melo leaves the match, gets greeted by Strowman, who chases Melo somewhere. Bloodline sneak attacks Sami Zayn, and the match is over. Strowman comes to Sami's aid. Braun and Solo square off. Strowman has the advantage there. Fatu starts dancing, distracting Braun so the Bloodline can regroup and attack again. Solo spikes Sami, and again, Solo and the Bloodline are standing tall. And we're not done. So Kevin Owens' music hits. It's time for Kevin and Aldis to chat alone. Kevin won't give the Winged Eagle back until he's given a rematch against Cody Rhodes. Cody arrives on scene, delivers a heroic speech. Cody wants both titles hanged up high in a ladder match. Oh, Cody, you my man. You my man. Aldis makes it official for Royal Rumble. Fuck yes. Thumbs up. Ladder match. I'm amped. KO pushes Aldis into Cody, starts beating down the champ. Kevin Owens snaps, smashing the title into his own head and calls Cody a bitch. Awesome announcement for the Rumble. I am very amped. I love ladder matches, so that is awesome. Thumbs up. Another one, randomly. Fuck it. Pretty good SmackDown in Florida. Women's division crushing it. Chelsea Green, good start to her United States Championship reign. Bloodline attacking again, and just kind of getting boring at this point. Kevin Owens and Cody, fantastic idea to have a ladder match. Love it. 7 out of 10 for the SmackDown. And let's finish it with Dynamite. They did not have a Collision this week, and I didn't want to watch Rampage because they had World's End, so I'm just doing Dynamite, and that was in Hammerstein Ballroom in New York, baby, and Taz is back on commentary. Fuck yeah. We're kicking it off with the Continental Classic match. It's Will Ospreay versus Brody King. Ospreay chops are not effective against Brody, but Brody's chops are very effective against Ospreay. Ospreay, nice counter, hits King with a Styles Clash. Ospreay needs 2 hidden blades and a Stormbreaker to defeat Brody. Really good stiff fight to open up the show with a lot of nasty chop battles. Pretty damn impressed that Ospreay got Brody up for the Stormbreaker kind of easily. 7.5 out of 10, really good fight. The Hurt Syndicate are informed they are banned from the building. Thankfully, it's Christmas, and the Hurt Syndicate calmly leave without violence. Very cool. We get a Continental Classic match. It's Darby Allin versus Ricochet. Ricochet throwing toilet paper with the fans. Pretty fun. Ricochet nails Darby with a Z360 through a fucking table. Holy shit. That was amazing. My jaw dropped for that one. Thumbs up. Darby, nice avalanche and regular Code Red combo. Darby hits a coffin drop, but time runs out. It's a draw. So Ricochet ends up advancing to World's End, and Darby is eliminated. Snap. Good matchup, though, right there. That table spot was fucking ridiculous. 7 out of 10. And why not have another Continental Classic match right away? It's Commander versus Ricochet. Wait a second. No, it's Claudio. My bad. Claudio, ridiculous avalanche military press gutbuster. Like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Thumbs up. Commander running rope dive connects. Commander uses Darby's brass knuckles, clocks Claudio, hits the shooting star press, and Commander defeats Claudio for 3 massive points that don't mean anything. A good quick match. Claudio, insane power and balance. Commander, lovely high flying. 7 out of 10. Death Riders attack Commander after the bell. Jay White and Orange Cassidy to the rescue. Moxley sneak attack with a briefcase, takes out Jay and Orange. Mox trash talking, out comes Hangman. Moxley gets triple teamed. White tries to take the briefcase, but Cassidy stops him. We got another Continental Classic match. It's Okada versus Shelton Benjamin. Shelton, numerous released German suplexes and a mean running knee, plus a flatliner. Okada kicks out, hits a Rainmaker out of nowhere for the win and 3 points. Benjamin is sadly eliminated from the tournament, and Okada will face Ricochet. Very nice performance by Shelton. Okada selling very nicely. Really solid match right there. We get Swerve Strickland interview interrupted by Ricochet calling Swerve Stefan and laughing in his face. That was funny. Swerve snaps back, and this was just a funny interaction. We got Toni Storm versus Taya Valkyrie with Purrazzo. Taya controlling Toni with submissions. Deonna knocks Toni's hand off the ropes, preventing the rope break. Storm roll up, steals the win, and takes off running. An okay match. The ending was funny at least. We get Christopher Daniels offers to be Hangman's friend at World's End. Like, what? Like, what the fuck is that about? So I don't know. Hangman's like, no, get away from me, you weirdo. And now it's main event time. Continental Classic match. Danny Garcia versus Kyle Fletcher. Garcia powerbombed hard into the edge of the ring. Kyle, even meaner brainbuster on the apron. And a last ride, Garcia kicks out. Wow. Referee misses Fletcher, booting Danny in the nuts. Hits another brutal brainbuster. Somehow Garcia kicks out. Danny smacking the bejesus out of Kyle. Locks in the sharpshooter. Danny pulls way back, but too far back. Kyle able to escape, scratching at Danny's eyes. Fletcher hits a turnbuckle brainbuster and defeats Garcia. Fletcher advances to face Ospreay, And yeah, dude, that was a banger main event right there. Garcia, very, very resilient performance, taking a few brutal bumps. Fletcher looking strong, pinning the TNT champion. So he might get a championship opportunity later, maybe if they remember. Anyway, 8 out of 10, that was a banger. Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher have a stare-off in the ring, talking a little bit of trash, and we finish it with Moxley having yet another long, rambly promo rant thingy. In a good Christmas Dynamite. Heavy on the Continental Tournament matches, but they got to get them done before the pay-per-view. Good wrestling throughout. 7 out of 10. And let's finish it now with the 3 stars. I don't have any shout-outs. A little bit of a light week, not going to lie. I kind of had to go searching for these 3 stars, but I found them. 3rd star goes to Will Ospreay versus Brody King Continental Classic match on Dynamite. Very stiff. I will admit it wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. I hope they go and fight again at some point and really go all out. I think they kind of wanted to hold back a little bit because Ospreay is going to have a very busy week, so they probably didn't want to kill him, but that was still a really good match. Good enough for the 3rd star. 2nd star goes to Danny Garcia versus Kyle Fletcher on Dynamite Continental Classic match. Very resilient effort from Garcia, just kept coming back. Fletcher, ridiculous, always great. Good enough for the 2nd star. 1st star goes to the Christmas Chaos Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match on NXT. Awesome. Super awesome. Christmas themed. You got Christmas themed weaponry. You got Santa Claus, snowball fight. Like, hell yeah, dude. People going through the milk and cookies table. Like, yeah, dude. It was a super entertaining Christmas themed brawl on Christmas week. So that was awesome. Good enough for the 1st star, and that's the show, everybody. Make sure you go check out the World's End pay-per-view review if you haven't already listened to that one. And make sure you go back and listen to the Xyz Awards show for 2024. That's my gaming entertainment award show, giving out a bunch of awards for the best of the best that was 2024. I think it's 13 awards or something handed out. Yeah, dude, go check it out. It's like, if you need recommendations, that's the episode. It's nothing but all the best things that I watched and did that year. So go check that Xyz episode out, please, and thank you. And you want to be even more awesome than you already are for listening to this podcast, make sure you're reviewing and liking the podcast. Share it with a few thousand of your friends and enemies and all that great stuff. And in terms of what we got going on with the podcast this week, I really don't know. We're off on season 4 now of this podcast, and I missed a hockey cast. It was on Christmas. I was like, I'm not going to do a fucking hockey show on Christmas. I'm going to take the day off, so we'll get back on the hockey cast. Not a lot happened, obviously. It was the Christmas break, so we'll talk about World Juniors and shit like that. It'll be fun. Gamercast this week, I admittedly, I have no idea what I'm doing yet, so be on the lookout. I'll have something there for y'all, but nothing solidified just yet. I got to get my ass in gear. I had myself a little nice break, so I got to get my ass in gear and get going here. But regardless, thank you everybody so much for listening, for however long you've been listening. You the best. And we'll be back with some GX Blood. Yeah.